Alright everyone, welcome back. Episode 5 of the NHL 2004 Franchise Mode series. This episode is going to feature games against the New Jersey Devils and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The only change really, I did preview the teams in the last episode. The only change really that we're doing here is we're going to put Jeff Hackett in the net for the New Jersey game. I think Potvin had played about 4 in a row at this point, so he's going to get a rest due to the fact that we have a back-to-back. And the other aspect of it is I definitely want Felix Potvin to play against his former team in the Toronto Maple Leafs. So with that in mind, I did preview, like I said, the Devils and the Leafs in the last episode. The Devils, of course, are the better of the two teams. They are the reigning Stanley Cup champions, so they're a little bit better. We're going to probably end up facing Brodeur and a very formidable defense in Niedermayer, Stevens, Rafalski, Colin White. So that one could be a very tough matchup. And then the Leafs are actually struggling quite a bit. So that's a very surprising aspect to start the season. They are below us actually in the standings now. I think they just have the 4 points. But there's nothing really else to get into. Of course, last episode we had the 4-2 win against the Montreal Canadiens. And then we had that comeback tie against the Florida Panthers, which was really good. We had really the first 2 periods, the Panthers just completely dominated us. And then in the third, we really turned it on, 2 goals to tie it up, get it to overtime. And then, of course, we got the 1 point in the tie. So initially what I'm realizing is I'm getting a little bit better at the game as we go along. I'm finding different ways to score and different ways to defend. The one thing I haven't done yet is probably start hooking people. I just haven't wanted to. I usually try to go hit or poke check. And I think that's more or less the NHL 20 ingrained in me. I can try to refrain from using it because I definitely feel like if I start using it, it's going to result in a bunch of penalties. So until I find that I have to, for some reason, go and start hooking players or whatever, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to use it, I should say. And we're just going to keep playing how we're playing so far. But it's very good that we're starting to defend in different ways and definitely starting to score goals in different ways. No changes in the lineup for us other than, of course, Hackett coming in for this game. Everybody's remaining the same. I haven't really thought about changing up any lines or anything as of yet. We don't have any other upgrades or anything to unlock with the GM office or anything of that nature, so we're just going to get into it and start playing against the New Jersey Devils. So we are here playing against the Devils. The Devils are 4-0-4-0 on the season so far. So they've gotten points in every game. They've had 4 wins and 4 ties, so they've managed to get points in every game that they've played so far. Oh, Hanzus on a break. Ooh, nice chance. So the good news, I guess, the difference between Hackett and, Stevens threw a big hit on Terry, and big difference between Hackett so far and Potvin is that first few shots have not gone in yet, so that's one good aspect about Hackett for some reason. I don't know why, but it's happening a lot with Felix Potvin, but there's a weak one. He didn't get a change off in time. That's tough. Both our defense, especially Ragnarsson, was extremely tired on that play, but it's all good. So that'll do it for the first. Largely uneventful. Just the goal from Elias to start the scoring here. So we just need to get that one back. The shot's very even. Otherwise, yeah, it's a very even game so far. We just got to be a little bit better with our passing for sure. There we go. We drew a penalty. Oh, we couldn't get the shot off there. Brodeur misplayed that puck pretty badly. Oh, nice stop by Hackett. Oh, Amante. Oh, another penalty. Interference. Well, I guess. Great penalty kill for the Devils to start the season, that's for sure. I feel like a lot of teams are just taking a massive amount of penalties. Oh, Leclerc with a big hit on Stevens. So it's supposed to be Pat Burns, I think. It's lots of penalties so far in this one, but Oh, go Leclerc, go. Oh no, can't get it out. Alright, so yeah, I had a crash. Did not expect to happen, has not happened before, and hopefully will not happen again. But yeah, so that crash. So I'm just going to go ahead and sim the game. I was nearly at the end of the second period. It was just 1-0. So we're just going to sim and see how it goes. 3-2 loss. Fine. We'll accept it. I love that at the bottom right here. You guys probably can't see it based on where I started speaking, but it's actually showing the draft order, which is pretty cool. So you can see an updated draft order as you go along in the game. Somehow Atlanta's in first place in this league. That's crazy. Alright, there's another trade. Belanger, Avery, and LePerriere. So yeah, there's like these these 6-man trades keep happening in the game. So no draft picks so far. But alright, so we're gonna get into the Toronto game now. I'm sorry, the crash is throwing me off. Nevertheless, we're gonna get into the Toronto game, and we'll play this one. Felix Potvin's back in the net. So we'll go play the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that'll do it for this episode. And then we have some previews to do with Washington and the Rangers. So we are playing against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and as you can tell, I'm wearing the black jerseys on the road, and I gave the Leafs their alternate, because I figured, why would you wear an alternate on the road? But I'm pretty sure they did that for a long time. But with that in mind, I kind of did a throwback to the playoff series between the Flyers and the Leafs. So if you watched any of those series, you'll know that Leaf fans had their hearts broken by Jeremy Roenick. Oh, so this Leafs team is a couple years removed from making the Eastern Conference Finals against Carolina. Not even if they won that series, I don't think they would have, won the cup or anything, because that was a powerhouse Detroit team. But yeah, too many injuries for their team there. Of course, Sundin being out for a majority of it. I think McGillney was banged up. Gary Roberts pretty much led the team for a while. But this is where some rookies came in for sure. Andropov, Stage, and Steen are right around the corner for this team. So they're trying to remain competitive before they gotta bottom out a little bit and start doing their half rebuild with Brian Burke. Of course, Neuendijk would actually be on the Leafs at this time. He signed there, I believe, after this, or for this season, or something like that. Not sure exactly when he signed, but he ended up on the Leafs, I think, through a free agency. So this is like the year where they ended up with like Glenn Wesley and Ron Francis and everything. Podvin's had some really good stats, but just no wins to really back it up as of yet. Hopefully we can change that. So we gotta start winning some games here. Unfortunately, the New Jersey game was hopefully is not gonna happen again. We definitely don't want it to. But it was very weird. It just kind of froze in the middle of the game and then quit right out. So, ooh, Wade Belak, look at that. Owen Nolan, damn, this team is something else at this time. I haven't seen Domi yet. If Domi is in this lineup, I have to get him and Brashear to fight. But I haven't seen him yet. I wonder if he's actually in their lineup. He is in their lineup, so hopefully, I would assume he's just on the fourth line. But if I can get a fight between those two, that'd be great. Because those guys used to scrap every freaking game, sometimes 3 times a game. Good Owen Nolan. Pat Quinn on the bench too, damn. So yeah, the Leafs have not started off well, 3-7-0. We've had at least a couple ties. I think we've had a couple ties. Maybe just the one. Nice poke check by Terry. And, oh, what a tip. Wow. Oh, I guess he just kind of shot it. But it looked like a tip on my... Like in the initial, but on the replay, it looks like he kind of just backhanded it through his 5-hole. But that's a pretty good goal. Can't be mad at that one. Oh, nice block. Oh, green. Look at that ring off the post. Have not got much offense started so far in this game, but hopefully we can turn that around. Usually the third period is where we typically are better offensively. I'm not sure if that's because the AI adjusts and starts becoming a little bit more defensive or what. But if we can maybe keep this to a 1-goal lead, or... Good job, Gagne. Oh, Lume. Lume, the former Leaf, too. Oh. Oh, Gagne. Man, Belfort's good. So of course we didn't finish the Devils game, but you know, playing against Brodeur, good goaltender there, and then of course, you know, playing against Belfour here, also a great goalie. So go Bears, and another former Leaf on the team. I just realized now too, the 4 free agents that we signed are all ended up playing on the Leafs at one point. Oh man. Oh, nice chance by Roenick. At the end of the second, again, not a very eventful period. The goal to Sundin off that McGillney shot so far is the difference. So hopefully we can get, you know, we can get on the score sheet here. Go Gagne. Come on. Oh, nice stop by Belfour again. Oh, Yerke. Oh, off the post. Oh, in front. It's good. Yes! There we go. Gagne. I don't think Gagne scored since the first game against Buffalo, which I didn't record, but he was the lone goal in that 5-1 loss. That's a nice little grinding goal. Gotta get him dirty sometimes. Ugh. The problem is the Leafs neutral zone game is so open. So it's all you want to do is just do these 2-line passes, but you can't. What a weird rule that if they ever had in the NHL, just completely stifles you, you know, offensively. God, all these guys are so tired. The 4th line out there or something. There we go. Go Nieuwendyk, go. Oh! What a hit that was. And there's Holden. Oh, well, so down 2-1 now. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to pull the goalie. Come on, guys, let's see if we can get this tied. Oh, what the crossbar? Oh, well, that's going to do it. That might be 700 points for Nolan there, too. Oh, maybe not. And that'll do it for the game against the Leafs. Unfortunately, another loss in the column. Hopefully we can get this. Maybe I'll start playing with the lines before the next episode. And, you know, it's 3 stars, though, and Nolan, I don't know why he would get the first star. He just had an empty netter. Belfour, 17 saves, and, of course, Josh Holden gets the game winner. So looking at the lines, we made 2 major changes. One, I put Gagne up to the top line, just to have a little bit more speed, and hopefully that can gel well with Roenick and Amante. Leclerc drops back to the second line with Nieuwendyk and Recchi, I should say. Again, that's just spreading out, because this is that first line with Leclerc up there was a very big and blocky line. We kind of wanted to spread that out a little bit. So Gagne moves up for speed. Leclerc drops down. That way there's an even amount of speed there. I'm going to leave the Kapanen and Hanses Primo line together, and then, of course, the 4th line stays together. Defense, I moved Lume up to the first pairing. Terrien moves up from the 3rd pairing to the 2nd pairing, and Ragnarsson is the one that drops from the 1st pairing to the 3rd. That's mostly because the last few games I've been playing, Ragnarsson has been staying out too long, gets extremely tired very quickly, and becomes slow, and therefore his defense just goes completely by the wayside. So he's going to drop down. I haven't had any issues with Terrien. I haven't had a single issue with Lume since he got here. So we're going to let Lume start playing that top pairing and see how it goes. And Hackett's going to come back in place of Potvin for the next game against Washington at the very least. He might play both. He was doing very well in the New Jersey game, so I want to go back to Hackett and let him, you know, put in our best option to win. Whoever's giving us the best chance to win every game we step on the ice. So before we end the episode here, we will go and just preview the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. So, of course, Washington, 5th in the league. I'm still amazed that Atlanta somehow is 1st in the league. But Washington 8-3-1-0 to start the season. They have outscoring their opponents. They're very good on the road. Of course, the last 10 like that. And the Rangers currently sitting dead last. So we have a good opportunity to prove it game against a top team in Washington. And then on the other end, a game we need to start winning here against the Rangers. They're literally just the only team below us who's having a worse start to the season. And we're 11 games in now. We're bordering on the territory, you know, Look at Toronto. Toronto won like 3 games in a row. Yeah, they went 3-7-0 when we played them. Now they're 6-7-0. So they've won 3 games in a row. They shot right up the standings. With that in mind, though, the Rangers are a team we need to be beating because we're almost at a point where this season might not be recoverable. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you liked it a lot and you want more of it. Hit the notification bell so as soon as these episodes get uploaded to YouTube, you guys can have them come right to your devices however you watch them. Again, a very big thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode.